Hello, welcome to Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy. This is going to be my reading for Yule, this Yule season that's coming. Where I'm at, the winter solstice is just a couple hours after midnight on the 21st of December, but we'll feel this energy building up the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, which is the official date, the date following our calendars. The 22nd, 23rd, you'll feel this energy building around this time. And last year, I started my channel readings with a Yule reading. And I had great plans for my whole year, but of course, life shifted and changed things. But I still really feel it's important to try to get these great seasonal holidays introduced in a way that helps us know what the coming season has in store for us. And to me, Yule is the beginning of the year. Some people will tell you that the Samhain season is both the ending and the opening of the year. I do feel like Samhain is a closing, but I also feel like this period between Samhain into Yule or the winter solstice is really one of our deepest liminal spaces that we have in the year, where we really are just meant to slow down, get rid of things, rest, heal, recover, kind of cleanse ourselves and our environments, because Yule is the season that marks the end of the solar cycle and the beginning of the solar cycle. It is the shortest day of the year, the longest night of the year, and then at Yule, at the winter solstice, everything starts growing and the days just get slightly longer. Well, actually, for several days, everything just holds still, which is what Sistere means, like standing still. Sol is sun, Sistere is the stillness. But we know that the days are going to start to get longer. And even though in the winter, I'm in Montana, and so it is winter, it is still quite cold for several months. We know the days start to get longer, and that brings us some sort of upliftingness, cheerfulness, hope. Last year, I used a Denise Lynn deck for all of my Wheel of the Year readings. It was the Sacred Forest, and I knew I was going to use a different deck this year, but this isn't the deck that I thought I was going to use. I thought I was going to use a different deck, but I wanted to confirm that with my pendulum, and my pendulum about rocked out of my hand when I got to this deck. So this is another Denise Lynn deck. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and I'm going to do my readings a little bit different this year. Last year I did a 7-card reading. This year I'm going to do 5 cards. And as always, I have a candle here to help introduce that fire energy and creativity into the reading, and you'll probably see a little bit of that here. But I really was inspired by my agate star. I love this. It's one of the things that I always have with me when I'm reading to give me strength and stability. And so I wanted to mirror this, and I want to introduce a card or a message from each of the elements for this reading. So this star was my inspiration, and it will be with me here for this reading. I also have my Amazonite flame, which also brings in creativity and communication. And I have this trusty little owl this year that a friend gave me, and I feel like it's pretty important to have this in the picture with us. So this time we are going to, like I said, look at the elements. And so this is the back of the deck. It's beautiful. Oops, I have it upside down. Now, I'm a sunset kind of a girl. I love the dusk. I like the dawn too, but I love these liminal spaces and transitions. But these cards definitely scream sunrise to me and not sunset. So it also seems fitting to start off this Wheel of the Year with a sunrise, at Yule, when we'll be so excited to see that sunrise coming. So we're going to shuffle these decks, and we're going to look at 5 cards and the messages that they have. And I will tell you that all of this is for the collective who watches this, just messages to kind of help us know what is going to happen to us in this next season. But if you feel more called to one element than the other, then maybe that message is standing out to you. So feel like that is your personal message, but understand that all of these are messages. for you. So we will look at the 5 directions. We will look, or not directions, I'm sorry, the 5 elements. So we're going to look at earth, water, air, fire, and lastly, spirit. So our message from earth will be here. Our message from water here. Hopefully these will all fit on here. That's going to probably be my biggest challenge. Our message from air here. Our message from fire. I am a Leo, double Leo actually, and so I always am drawn to the fire messages and cards. And then lastly, spirit. Actually, why don't we throw our owl here in the middle? A little owl for wisdom. So we'll start by looking at the bottom and I'll work our way up to our message from spirit. So this first card that we'll look at is Earth. And that's fitting because we're in winter, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. We are in winter. And so winter is very much associated with the earth element. It's also associated with wealth, abundance, strength, stability, and it's probably the slowest moving of the elements. So I'm going to read intuitively the message, but also I want to read the message that Denise Lynn put in the deck because her wording is so entirely gorgeous. And actually, before I get started, I just want to read this message from the book. It says, "You have a sacred destiny. We all do. There is a powerful and profound reason that you are here on this planet. However, sometimes it may be difficult to understand what that reason is or perceive what is required on your journey into the future. It may be a challenge to know what the next step in life should be. At those pivotal points in life, it is valuable to consult the oracle. Oracle cards are a time-honored tradition. They can point you in the direction of your destiny." So I think that's really important, okay? Alrighty, so I'm excited. Let's see what Earth message has for us. We have illumination, and this is a beautiful card. Hopefully I can get this in here where you can see it in the light. It is kind of a wintry scene. There are pine trees, kind of a heavy cloudy sky, water, illumination. So this kind of looks like this might be a season for us where we are seeing things. We are kind of taking the time to slow down. And sometimes when you slow down, that is when you finally look and see what's going on around you. And you kind of understand things suddenly, very clearly. It also kind of reminds me of a winter sky, which is much more clear than a summer sky or spring sky. There's not as much pollution. Everything is crisp and clear in the winter sky. And so you can illuminate the skies, or you see the skies differently. The stars seem illuminated more crisply and more brightly. You can see the moon just sharp and beautiful in the night sky. So the message here says, when you receive this card, it acknowledges potential chaos or the need for chaos as an activator for profound healing. If your life seems chaotic, know that this has been an underlying energy of healing. Oops, I'm reading the wrong card. I'm like, this is not right. Not right at all. So, sorry, I apologize. The other message here is illumination, but it's mist rising on an alpine lake, which makes sense. All right, let me get to the right card. As soon as I was reading that, I'm like, this doesn't seem chaotic at all. This seems serene and beautiful and full of spiritual energy. The upward spiraling mists rising in the mountains suggest that those in the realm of spirit, your spirit protectors, ancestors, and guardians, are close at hand, assisting you on your upward journey of illumination. They are protecting you and supporting you. Your spirit life is expanding by leaps and bounds. Even if you can't wait to see what's ahead, spirit is close at hand. If you draw this card, trust your heart and what you feel more than what you see and what you think, and you will be guided into a wondrous direction. One thing I want to mention about Earth that I didn't mention is I think of Earth as being the element of our bones and our stones. It's our rocks, it's our crystals, but it's also our ancestors, whether their bones have been laid into the ground or their ash placed in the ground or their history left behind in the ground. This Earth is the element of our ancestors. So let's take a look at what the water message is for us this season. Oh, we have a water card. Yeah, Spirit never gets it wrong. So the card is Voyage. And this is a really interesting card because it's a whale carrying another whale under a full moon. We're, just past this Gemini full moon. And of course, we're right on the cusp, but we just crossed out of the Sagittarius season and are now moving into the Capricorn season. But we have this full moon in Gemini just several days ago, and we are over the water, and whales are definitely mystical sea creatures. So water is the element associated with our emotions, our intuition, our healing, our subconscious. It's probably the most feminine of the elements, I would say. And this is a humpback whale. And the message here says, get ready. You're about to embark on a journey. It might be an inner sojourn or an outer voyage to a distant land. It might be a project or an idea that is coming to life. But most certainly you are an intrepid traveler sallying forth into the unknown. Where do you want to go? What have you always wanted to do or to be? This is a time to make it happen. Get prepared. Have a clear vision of what you want to experience, but also be prepared for the unexpected. That is part of the exhilaration of being a traveler. Remember to enjoy the journey as much as reaching the destination. So, change is coming. Journey is coming. It's interesting. I've been seeing this a lot in my tarot readings for myself or in other oracle readings I've been doing. The idea of movement, change, shifting by water. So this Voyage card is a message to us from the water element. And I think we should pay attention to that. Things are going to shift in a very watery way. I don't know. It's going to mean something different to each of us. And like I said, one of these elements may call to you more than another, but know that this has been coming up. Water, voyages by water. I've seen it a lot in my tarot readings that I've recently been doing this last week or so. Water, 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 voyages by water. Leaving things behind to make new beginnings. So now let's look at our air message. So air is our movement, it's our thoughts, it's knowledge, it's renewal, it's change, it's communication. So let's see what our air message is. We have healing chaos. Now it's funny because I mistakenly started to read a message about chaos here under Earth, and sitting right above it in the air element is chaos. But this is a healing chaos. We see a tornado, we see butterflies flying around it, but they don't look disturbed by this. They look content in their environment. And so there's something very beautiful about a butterfly, because butterflies have gone through their transition already. They have changed. They have transformed. They've been through their chrysalis cocoon stage, and now they are moving on to something new and better. And these butterflies in this artwork seem incredibly comfortable with the storm chaos around them. So let me get to this page and read this message. Let me get to the right message. And this is a spiraling tornado is what the subtitle of this card is. And the message here is, when you receive this card, it acknowledges potential chaos or the need for chaos as an activator for profound healing. Oh, it's so funny. This was the card I mistakenly started to read. Not just about chaos, but this was the card. This message wants to be heard. So there is something very important in this air element message to us. This wants to be heard because it tried to be heard way ahead of its turn. So anyway, if your life seems chaotic, know that it has been an underlying energy of healing. You are being healed on all levels. You are a healer. Alternatively, if your life is calm to the point of being stagnant, this card suggests that it might be time to create a bit of chaos in your life. It will activate healing. Do the unexpected. Mix life up a bit. I tell you what, my life has been chaotic since mid-July. And I'm ready to move past the chaos. I'm ready to move into this healing category. I don't know where you might be in your life, in your path, but I feel like I have experienced the chaos. My mom had a stroke in July. My younger brother was quite ill just a couple days before her. It's been a journey of chaos and shifts and instability, but we are moving into healing now, and I am grateful for that. So this card is a beautiful, beautiful message. Now, let's look at fire. You know, I told you I was a double Leo, and I love the fire. That's why I always have a candle with my readings as well. But fire is our passion, inspiration, creativity, energy. It's our willpower. So let's see what this card message has for us. We have abundance. Well, thank you. Thank you, fire. I love abundance. And this is a beautiful card. It looks like spring. I mean, we're not anywhere near spring where I'm living, but this card tells us that spring is always coming. You know, we're at Yule and the days are suddenly go from getting shorter to getting longer. And so with longer days comes spring, and with spring comes abundance. So this is beautiful picture, beautiful artwork. Let me find the message here. Because like I said, I do feel it's very important to read the messages that Denise puts in her cards, because she's just so beautiful in the way she communicates spirit to us. So this is called Wildflower Wonderland, and the message is everything is blossoming in life. Open yourself to receive. Abundance, fulfillment, and prosperity are ready to be activated in your life. Life desires you to prosper. You are moving toward an outpouring of money, energy, time, or love. Opportunities are limitless. However, you must take action in the direction of your dreams. Don't wait for abundance to fall in your lap. Take steps. Give deeply and fully. Don't hold back. This card reveals that this is a great time to make investments. The more you give with your free and open heart, the more you will receive. Be grateful for what you already have, and even more will flow to you. Amen. Sometimes we just need to be grateful. One thing that I've started doing since my mother's turned the corner and began to recover was just to say at least one thing every day to the universe, to the air, wherever I'm at. One thing I'm grateful for, one bit of abundance in my life. Even it's the sun. We've had like days and days of heavy skies and cloud, but the sun is shining today. And so I am grateful for that. And I told the sun that. I am grateful to see you. I am grateful for your clarity. I'm grateful for the heat and warmth you bring us. And if you are grateful for things, more abundance will flow to you. I truly, truly believe that. Okay, I didn't want this to run too long, and I'm sorry if it is, but let's take a look. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold, and I just have this dumb, dry cough left. Our message from Spirit. Let me take a drink so I don't sound quite so scratchy. A little drink of water. So our message from Spirit. So Spirit is really our messages from the soul, from our inner self, the divine, the universe, source, God, whatever word or term you want to use for that. Mystery, basically the mystery of the universe is right here in these messages from Spirit. But this could be our soul guides, it could be our ancestors, it could be our own soul speaking to us. You know, like when my pendulum about rocked out of my hand when I was choosing this deck the other day for these readings, that is Spirit talking to us. So let's take a look at this message. We have miracles. And this is beautiful. And gosh knows, after the last 6 months or 5 months, I'm ready for a couple miracles. But this is a message for all of us, for everyone in the collective, everyone who's watching this. And as I said, some of these messages may be more, they might call to you a little bit more, or maybe even before we started the reading, you just were like, I know I'm going to believe this message from fire because I am a fire child, like I said. I mean, I believe these messages, every one of these elements is telling us something. But please, if you feel called more to one of these messages than another, then act on that. Listen to that. Feel that. You're watching this reading for a reason. You are seeing it. You are a part of it. The message is for you as it's for all of us. So miracles is the card, and there is a double rainbow here, which is beautiful. Also a starry night sky, which is really the universe. And also just like let me hold this up again, the magnificent creation of the planet Earth that we're living in. You know, we have the grass, we have these mountains, just beautiful, beautiful sharp cuts of probably granite, but the starry sky behind and a rainbow of beautiful color. So the message from the miracle card, or the message from Spirit, is miracles. And this is what it says. Sorry, I want to make sure I've got the right card. Sometimes these pages stick. The storms of the past are passing, and your dreams are coming true. No matter what has happened in the past, your future holds abounding miracles. Good fortune, celestial beauty, and inner divinity are expanding within you. Believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you. Start a health program, invest in your career, or initiate a relationship, and good fortune will manifest. Blessings are flowing in all directions. Believe that you deserve the best, because you do. Bounty, joy, blessings, and miracles are flowing your way. So this is a beautiful reading and a beautiful message. And, I was going to do kind of the same thing I did last year with a different deck, but then just in my head several days ago, I was like, no, how you just know. I was like, that is not the pattern. That is not the path. We need to get messages from all the elements around us. And as soon as I seen this, I knew my inspiration was the elements, the 5 elements as a star. And owls are a symbol of wisdom. And I am very much drawn to owls. And this was a gift to me from a friend. She left it hanging in my locker at work. And it's just beautiful. And it's actually called just the Wise Owl. And so I also felt very guided to have this be a part of these readings this year. So thank you all. I hope you have a blessed Yule season. It'll be with us until, the 1st of February. So enjoy this aspect where we're still in the stillness of winter, where we're preparing, excuse me, for new things and change. But know that these things are coming for you. Earth is telling you illumination. Water is telling you voyage. Air is telling you healing chaos. Fire is telling you abundance. And Spirit is saying miracles. So if one of these calls to you more than another, take that and run with it. Otherwise, as I am doing with this reading, I am looking at the whole picture, and I am grateful for every message and everything that each element has to say to us. So blessings to you all. Happy Yule season. And I believe I will come back with this same pattern for the in-bulk reason, or the in-bulk reading in February. But until then, have a blessed winter season. Thank you for visiting Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy.